Somebody called me Bush League today. It's a Bush League channel, and I'm like, I'm on YouTube. What do you want? Screwed that up. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the Crazy Tommy C. Dead on Dave's not here. He's resting up so he can do the Raw review on the Joe Cronin show. Hope you check that out. If you're a professional wrestling fan, I got some stuff for you. I'm going to be taking your calls later, if you like. I'll be taking your calls later and talking about any hockey issue that needs addressing. But right now, I think I got some interesting stuff for you. I have been going on and on about the tanking and how much I hate the tanking, or because it's not truly tanking. But I might change my position after a certain event happened today. Tanking, to me, as I explained before, is you're letting goals in. What tanking has come to mean, the definition has changed. It's you strip your team down in a hope to get a high draft pick like Connor McEichel or McJesus or whatever they're calling him this day. Now, I don't believe that, or initially didn't believe, and I think it's a little ridiculous too, even now to some extent, that the Buffalo Sabres tanked completely. I'm sure they wanted McJesus. I'm sure they wanted McEichel. But I don't necessarily believe for a second they did it on purpose, but I may be changing my mind. It was completely reasonable to get rid of Vanek, Miller, and all those other losers, or at the time they were losers anyway. Some of them turned it around. And start from scratch. It's not tanking. It's rebuilding. The Buffalo Sabres, with their limited talent, at times this season, showed a hell of a lot of heart. Even with their last game with the Pittsburgh Penguins, you knew they wanted to eliminate the Penguins from the playoffs, that's what you're supposed to do. And that's why I hate this word so much, tanking. Because people take it the wrong way. They think the players are doing it. And if you consider the tanking final, supposedly, the Yotes versus the Sabres, I think you can clearly say that those teams went out to win. The players, the coaches play. Whatever management does. It's just the way it goes. Now, that being said, and this is what the media should have been doing, rather than promoting this tanking thing, or tank wars. Even for a short period of time, the NHL embraced it, which is a real mistake because, again, it affects the integrity of the hockey game, which is of the utmost importance. The media should have been investigating whether the Buffalo Sabres were actually getting rid of players this season, because I do think it was legitimate to get rid of all those guys that I just mentioned, and more, and they did. Steve Ott, all of them, had to go. They sucked. But instead of just making a big joke out of it and making losing on purpose acceptable, the jerks at Puck Daddy chose to make it a goof. We saw scenes where Buffalo Sabre fans were high-fiving Toronto Maple Leafs fans when they were scored against. It's repulsive. It's disgusting. And then why those fans have nothing to do with the game, I do think that infects and affects the integrity of the hockey game. Losing on purpose. If you're a father and a Buffalo Sabres fan or a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, and you're glad your team loses so you get the Connor McDavid, how do you look your son or daughter in the eye? I couldn't. Anybody told me to lose a game, I'd have punched him in the face. Immediately. With the removal of Ted Nolan, and really taking a second look at the Noivu trade. I'm not sure I'm saying that kid's name, the Czech player. Neuwirth. Excuse me, Neuwirth. Michael Neuwirth. You got lucky, got to go to the Islanders. I'm starting to change my mind. Ted Nolan said right before he was fired yesterday that he would rather not finish dead last. Good for damn him. Good for him. I would hope if management approached him in any way to lose on purpose, that Ted Nolan, who I think disagree with a lot of things that he's done in the past, I won't even get into that, but I do believe that Ted Nolan is a man of principle. He's obviously a man of principle. He's not going to tell those kids to lose. It's wrong. It's morally wrong. It's a bad message for people. And it's not funny. I really believe the whole idea behind joking about tanking in the media or screwing up your tank job, as they said in TSN, is a covert attack on winning or nothing culture, which is what basically the attitude you have to have when you play hockey. It's winning or not. It's all or nothing. It's binary. Go or no go, as we used to say in the Army. You win or you lose. There's going to be 29 losers at the end of this playoffs coming up. Ted Nolan was brought in knowing damn well that he was going to have a bad season. Pat LaFontaine brought him in. Now, LaFontaine left when he was president, installed this guy, and the idea was if you got a Jack Eichel or you got a Connor McDavid, the idea was that a guy like a strong personality like Ted Nolan would bring him through. Now, I understand LaFontaine left, some administration changes happened, and Dead on Dave wanted me to tell you all that there's another side to this, and I'm going to mention it, that Nolan was never upper management's guy. He certainly couldn't have been punished because of his record, because everybody knew what was going to happen this year. It was a foregone conclusion. But in that foregone conclusion, I think every Sabres player should hold their head up high with the effort they put up. We got to meet a new guy, Zamis Giggensongs. Yes, Lafia got him through, probably kind of stuffed the ballot a bit, but you're allowed to stuff the ballot. It's part of the rules. And we got to see what a class act Zamis Giggensongs was. We also got to see the Buffalo Sabres fans, or at least the ones that were pro-tanking and had latched onto this Greg Wyshynski fucking gimmick, that they are the worst fans, hockey fans. No, they're the worst fans in the world. Rooting for your own team to lose is disgusting. It's repulsive. And I've had jackasses on Twitter and come on here. They've come here and they've on Twitter and they've defended losing on purpose. Defended it. So that's what I mean by being a covert war on go or no go. Win at all costs, which is what you need, not just with sports, through life. Just do it. And I honestly think a lot of these reporters hate that way of looking at things because they don't have the fortitude to do that, and they resent these athletes. So what better way to do it than screw up the culture? I hope Ted Nolan snitches on these guys if this is true. No team, no owner, no organization should have an NHL hockey team if they are deliberately making moves to lose. A lot of you might be saying, well, Tommy, you were just in denial. What are you, stupid? Of course they were tanking. It's not tanking. But not giving your team the best chance to win is against the rules. And you should lose your franchise. And whoever made that NHL tweet about tank war should be fired. The tank wars came, the quote, the coin, the phrase coin, whatever the fuck you want to call it, came from Greg Wyshynski. A guy who is dedicated. Not just to give you funny little articles or neat little satire. He is dedicated to change hockey culture because he hates it and he can't be a part of it because he's weak. He's a weak hack. And he surrounds himself with other sycophants like Ryan Lampert and other douchebags like Josh Cooper, who tried to trick Michael Norberth to saying they were tanking. Like, what the fuck does he know? He just goes in and plays. We covered that too. Instead of doing that, Greg Wyshynski, instead of doing that, TSN, you should have been investigating. You should have been trying to find out if somebody's cheating. And it's disgusting. And it makes me puke. And I really hope that Ted Nolan gets another job because he was basically blacklisted for the better part of the last 18 years. I know he says it was because of racism and that he was an American Indian or something, but I know that's BS. He's got a big fight with John Markler. But if he was canned because he refused to lose, they got to take that goddamn team away. It wouldn't be the first time the Buffalo Sabres lost an owner. They had a crook a couple years back. Took the team away from him, too. 718-395-7660. Yeah, I'm angry, but I'll take your call and be real happy. It's playoff time. 718-395-7660. 718-395-7660. Call me at In the Crease with Tommy C. Or add me to contacts at Shot from the Point, one word. And I'd be happy to take your calls and things of that nature. Jaromir Jagr inks a 1-year deal to return to the Panthers, which I find a little confusing. And I'll tell you why. That's why you're here. You're trying to find out why. Why? Why is he doing that? I think Jagr has honestly come to terms. I think Jagr has finally come to terms with the fact that he's just happy to be playing. I think it would be a much better move if he would just kind of be a gun for hire, so to speak, and go to the best team to see if he can get that one last Stanley Cup. And that would make it 3. He won back-to-back. Oh, here we go. That's what I'd like to see. But I think Jagr's just happy to be here.
Mommy, they picked up.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello, what's happening?
Hi.
Hello.
My mommy told me to call you.
Yeah?
Hi.
How tall is she?
Mommy, they're talking on the phone. Hi.
How tall is your mommy?
Say that again.
You have did she have a daddy at home?
You know what?
What?
I like ice cream.
Bye, NYC guy.
You know what else?
Yeah. I don't know.
I
What?
like
I don't know. That was NYC guy. That's the guy I owned his face earlier in the week. He's trying to defend some Buffalo Sabre tanker. Now
Bye, NYC guy.
Yeah.
You know what else?
Dr. Deke.
Yeah.
Hey. I like
You got to turn your radio down there because it's coming through.
Okay, sorry.
What's happening? Let me get you on screen here. We have the great Dr. Deke, and I think this is a great opportunity to plug your show. I got the Dead on Dave thing over there. But it's good to talk to you. Leon, I'll just give you a quick interview. You're just starting off doing your own sort of hockey broadcast. Is that correct?
Yeah, I am.
What
Have no idea.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have no idea why I started. I guess I got bored and figured, why the hell not?
You know why I do this? Because I'm
Why?
in terrible need of a constant attention. I never grew up, and I need people to. I need to make a scene in public, and I found a wonderful way to do it. Well, I think you're. We put your blog on the page, and on the front page of the Shot from the Point thing, and I'm really gonna start working with other bloggers and stuff a little more. I've kept to myself a little bit, and I've worked with some wrestling guys, but I think it's time for me to start reaching out to people who I think get it. and I'm in the midst of making like a little ad for you, and make an ad for what's his name, Jack Malay as well. So yeah, it could kind of all stick together, assuming we're all on the same page. And by the way, the best thing is, would you say that you have a feminine slant on hockey, or how do you? I mean, I do feel like it's just a very bubbly delivery, and it's happy. You know, I mean, is that what you're going for here? Because I enjoy it.
I don't think anyone has ever described me as being bubbly, but I
You're
think
bubbly
just
as hell. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. You're bubbly.
I think just by virtue of being a woman, I have to give a woman's slant on it. And I hope it's a little bit different from what's already out there because, I took a look at Pink Puck and
Ugh.
I'm really disappointed because I think there's a lot of intelligent female hockey fans out there. And I'm sad they haven't come forward and, voiced their opinions because I think they have great things to say.
I do too.
I just haven't seen it.
Yeah, I do too. I think the thing with Pink Puck is they have a political agenda, and I think you like hockey. So their hockey second, whatever their agenda is first. And you know what? That's okay. But I think you're probably like me. You don't appreciate that type of stuff. You just want hockey. My thing is,
I appreciate good journalism. If you have something interesting to say, then say it.
Well, you came to the wrong place because we have no integrity and we have zero journalistic integrity and I don't know. We're a bunch of hacks. But here's the thing: we admit we're a bunch of hacks. Pink Puck and Puck Daddy and all those other boneheads. They're trying to tell you they're journalists. What else is I going to ask you? But you're really cute too. That doesn't hurt. I'm going to tell you.
Thank you.
I hit on all the women that call in. You're out of luck. If you want to file a complaint, you're more than welcome to. But I like hitting on chicks. And my wife's in bed right now, and she can't hear it. That's the best part. All right,
I'll take it. That's fine.
That's
sharing
cool.
the fun with Deb out there, I guess.
Yes, Deb's coming to me too. She's sort of Deb's a cutie too. But I hit on them all. But I want to talk to you about something. I guess you're a Kings fan.
I'll make a video on that, but yeah, I am a Kings fan. But Red Wings are my number one team.
The Wings,
and
are your
there's
number
reasons
one team.
why I like both teams, which I'll explain.
Where are you from in the States? Or North America, I should say.
How about this? I'll make you a proposition.
Okay, I'm not saying give me your street name. I'm just saying like area.
If I get 20 subscribers, I'll tell you where I'm from.
Yeah.
And I'll also tell you my ethnicity, because you're probably looking at me going,
I think I know
what's going on here?
I think I know what your ethnicity is, and I think I know where you live. Can I make a guess before you tell me? And I think that's a great idea. Go sub Dr. Deke. She's already spoken in the chat. You can click on her Google Plus page and go right to her thing, and you can sub her right now. She gives, I like her stuff. And she's easy on the eyes, unlike Jack Malay, because Jack Malay's hard to look at, but he's definitely funny. So, all right, here's my guess. You are from an area close to Manitoba in the northern part of Canada, and you are of American Indian descent. I got it. Don't worry. I got one part right.
Okay.
Yeah, I got one part right. I'm definitely.
I'm not confirming or denying. I'm just.
I know. Let me tell you something, Dr. Deke. You may be a doctor of hockey, but I read people. People get, I pick up on stuff real quick. It's my only gift. You know why? Because that's what sociopaths can do. They pick up on people's idiosyncrasies and take advantage of them. And that's my thing. Do you have any hockey stuff before I stop hitting on you so I don't look like such a sexist pig?
Okay, well, gun to your head. And it's a little premature to be asking you this, but gun to your head, who's going to win the Stanley Cup?
Here's the thing. I think it's going to be. I would not be shocked, being a Ranger fan, and I would not be shocked if we saw sort of a surprise team this year, a bit of an upset team this year, because there was no runaway team. I know the Rangers won the President's Trophy, but they surely didn't feel when they won it as the most dominant hockey team. I think they finished up being the most dominant hockey team. They certainly recovered well, showed some depth in goal with Talbot and Lundqvist being out for a while. But I don't feel that they're going to be the runaway champions. I probably wouldn't put money on it, but I would not be surprised surprised if the Minnesota Wild make a very deep run or a surprise run. And that is simply based on the fact that my experience watching this game since the late 80s, goalies can get you through even if you don't have a lot of talent up front. And that's another thing about the Wild, too. They do have some offensive power. Vanek, when he's hot, is one of the better players in the league. Everybody knows what Zach Parise can do. So if you have that on top of a goalie that can play at the level that Dubnyk can clearly play at, they could be very dangerous, and I could very easily see them knocking off a Chicago or a St. Louis or something like that. So that's my outside shot. More than likely, if that doesn't happen, I think you're probably going to see either Montreal or Montreal in the East or Chicago based on their experience. Battle experience is the most important. They have the most cup experience going into this. You may see another Chicago champion. Was that good? What do you think?
It was good.
Yeah.
It was insightful.
I can talk hockey sometimes too, instead of talking about myself.
You can.
So
I mean, we may not disagree, but I feel like I'm the fool today. I planned to be all eloquent. I had things to say. Now
it's not easy. It's a little different when you're live. But you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna talk offline, and I won't hit on you because I'll show you what a gentleman I am, and I won't stare at you profusely or constantly like I am now. But I'll get you some of the software that we use and some of the maybe point you in the direction as far as having an intro and stuff like that. And I think that would really help you a lot. And I'm serious. We'll definitely talk offline and work on something like that because that's my new thing now. I'm going to try to help people. I got 900 subs. Yeah, it's not big. It's not huge, but it's something. And it would be nice to see other hockey places grow, especially people that hate the pink puck. If you hate the pink puck, I'm helping you out. You're right. We need more women. We need more women in hockey. You're absolutely correct. Women that like me.
I think they sell themselves short. That's what I think. I think they could be doing great things and they don't.
Well, they're
it's a wasted opportunity.
One of the first articles I saw on the Pink Puck was this summer. They were more concerned about the sexism that was going on inside of EA's NHL 15. I really think. I mean, if that's what you'd say, yeah. I mean, I'm not even joking. I didn't make this up. They reported because, and get this. When they were doing the advertising videos, they were showing women, virtual women, not real women, taking virtual selfies. Hey, girl, I'm at the game. Like, that doesn't happen in real life. Yes, and that was considered sexist. I mean, I can't take that seriously. And I like to think that if there was some kind of sexism in hockey or something like that, I'd like to think that I'd stick up for them, I don't know. Do you know that I went to battle with the Detroit Red Wings last summer?
No, not aware.
There was a girl. She unfriended me or something since, but there was a young lady, and she wrote a quote in Facebook or on Twitter, and she said, "I'd future goals. I'd like to marry a Detroit Red Wing." Well, I mean, it was obviously just some hyperbole, and just she's 19 years old. She's doing what girls do, Yeah. And the Red Wings Twitter account decided to respond to her and say, "Why don't you set your standards a little higher?" I'm paraphrasing.
Oh, that's right.
Yes,
I do
and
remember
I was
that.
the only person, and I'm tiny, that went after them. And I thought it was awful what they did. I have a daughter, and if I thought that the head of the Detroit Red Wings would humiliate my little girl like that for saying something like, what's the difference between saying something like that and I want to marry Justin Bieber? Nothing. That's real. That's really, and they humiliated her. And by telling her to raise her standards, that led all the real sexist, misogynist bastards at her, and they literally destroyed her. I highly recommend you watch that video. It's one of the few videos I actually do straight and don't act like a jerk. But yeah, I sent the video. I called the Detroit Free Press, and I think it was garbage. But here's the best part: the feminist, the pink, they were all for that humiliation, and I thought that was crap. I thought that was a scarlet letter. I thought that was trash. And that's why I really can't take them seriously. And my show, I don't want to do politics. I want to attack the media. That's my thing. Attack the media. My goal is to destroy sports talk radio. That's my goal, Dr. Deke. I got to sit in your chair. I got a lot of anger to give off. Dr. Deke, do you have a degree in psychiatry? Because I need help. I need help because I want to destroy sports media. That's what I want to do.
Well, you're doing a fine job as is.
But, I'm doing my best. I started this show because I hate shows like this. Isn't that bizarre? That's like sadomasochism or something, right? Yeah.
We'll diagnose you with that.
No.
Sadomasochism.
Oh, you get. I see. I'm a sadomaniac. I'm an egomaniac, a narcissist, a sociopath. I can't help it. But if I'm gonna use my sociopathic powers, Dr. Deke, to destroy bad people. I'm gonna use it for good. That's my big plan. Hey, listen, we got to talk offline. I'm going to try to let some other people call in, and I really appreciate it. Make sure you check out Dr. Deke. She got her own show, and we're going to work on it. We're going to get her intro and all that other stuff. It's very nice meeting you.
Very nice.
Take
Thank
care.
you for having me on. Have a good one.
Anytime. You can call in anytime. Take care. Dr. Deke, the great doctor. I'd cut her off in there. I know that looked a little rude, but I really didn't mean to do that on purpose. But I'm not. And she's cute. Holy crap. I love when chicks call it. It totally inflates my ego. It's like my ego's as big as this room. Tommy equals the Dexter of hockey. Frenchie Ben. Yeah! I bet I'm right. I bet she's American, like a native, as they say in Canada. We say American Indian. Or as my grandfather used to say, damn Indians. But yeah, I like to take your call. 718-319-5760. We're going to work on Dr. Deke. And anybody is welcome to call in anytime they like and lay it on me. I got more news coming out of hockey. Big news out of Chicago. I guess they were playing games with the injury. There are reports. Maybe it's a little bit of a feint. Patrick Kane could play Wednesday, round 1. This is why they do upper body injury and lower body injury. This is why they do that stuff. So they can feint, I suppose, and fool the opposition. Because let me tell you something. They pay attention. They very much pay attention to who's hurt. Hey, what's happening? 837.
Yeah, hello.
What's up?
Yeah, I want to know who this is right now.
Yeah? It's me.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure, go ahead.
Why are you calling my girlfriend in the middle of the night?
Oh, yeah? Well,
don't make excuses. Boy.
Well, let me tell you something. Why did you take your eye off the ball? Hey, bitch, why did you take your eye off the ball, bitch? I got your girl. You saw her up here. She's beautiful. You dropped the ball. I picked it up. What does that say about you?
You better tell me the truth right now.
Yeah, I'm telling you the truth. I got your girl.
You know what I'm talking about. I'm so angry right now. I'm getting it frustrated.
Are you?
How long has this been going on between you and her?
I don't know. How long ago did she call in? About 10 minutes ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You be knowing what's going on, no doubt.
Who do you think's going to win the Stanley Cup?
You've just been pranked by prankdial.com.
I've been pranked. I got your girl. You can't prank me. I'm unprankable. It's impossible. Can't prank me. 718-395-7660. 718-395-7660. What do you think about what I said about Patrick Kane? What do you think about what I said about Mr. Nolan and what they've done? This terrible thing they've done with the tanking, which I sort of believe now. And I'll snatch your girl. I'll snatch your girl. You know what it is? Those doxing guys love me. They tried to dox me a few weeks ago, and I stood up to them because I'm the man. That's right. I'm the man. Taking calls. The great Jesse J of the Joe Cronin Show. What's happening, Jesse?
Hey, what's going on? We were just fucking watching you.
Yeah?
Sam and Dave Rose and myself.
Oh, you guys having fun?
Yeah, well, actually, yeah. I was gonna goof on you, but I didn't want to, make you mad. I was gonna actually call in the middle of your interview to ask you how Graham can set up his YouTube. He does need to get some info from you later. But they're like, "Are you calling him right now in the middle of his interview?" He's like, "Yeah." Like, you're fucked up. I go, "Yeah, well, if he answers."
You ready for Raw tonight?
Actually, no. You know what? I'm ready for the review. Maybe a blast.
Guy does Raw reviews. Funniest guy on all the Raw reviews. Even funnier than Bruce Blitz. What do you think of Bruce Blitz taking off like he did?
I think it sucks.
I think he's a bitch.
I think because there's a lot of people that can't afford to go to a site, and you got to think about them.
Yeah, but you know what it is? I think he's done the math. I think he's going to make more money.
Oh, I do too. I have no problem with that. It's just like there are going to be a lot of that.
But here's the problem: the subs stay the same, so to speak. You know what I mean? The subs. Yeah, he's not going. He's not going to bring in new people. Speaking of Graham, I got him on the phone now. What's happening?
Hey, what's up, Tom?
Yeah, your brother called before, and I told him off because I snatched his girl.
Well, hey, my brother gets what's coming to him.
I got Jesse and the great Graham on the line. What's in your mind?
Well, Dave Rose is on the other end. Like, we're leaving the Canadian hanging.
Well, I can't take everybody at once. That's the thing. What's on your mind, Graham?
No, you had mentioned something while you were talking to Dr. Deke about the sexism in the video game.
Yeah, I'm not even. You can look that up. Sexism in NHL. It probably would have came out in September. That article, sexism inside NHL 2015. Yeah, EA's NHL 2015. I'm not even joking. I didn't make that shit up. I don't make shit up, Graham.
No, why are people getting so butthurt about sexism in video games?
Because it's not about sexism. It's not about helping women. It's about telling people what to do. And that's all I see this social justice crap. It's about telling people what to do. That's all. That's what I think it is. I don't think, like, when I see people go on, I was watching the, I don't want to get too into politics because everybody gets mad at me for that.
You know, you should get into. You should do a tutorial on Graham on how to set up his YouTube.
Oh, Jesse.
Hey, I tried. I couldn't help you either, man. Fuck.
Jesus. Tommy is an honest sociopath. I am. I'm very honest. I'm out front with it. I was diagnosed by Dr. Ryan Lampert and then re-diagnosed by Dr. Deke. All right, you guys got anything for me? Because I'm going to clear the lines for the other folks.
If you get Dr. Oz, you got the whole trifecta.
I got it all.
It's up to you, but I think you should call in later for the review.
I am going to, but not. I'm not doing the whole review because I think that's too many people. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably set my alarm and call you guys towards the end. That's the plan. Got it?
Cool.
All right.
Good.
I still hate Evander Kane.
You still hate Evander Kane because he snatched your girl, just like I snatched Dr. Deke. I got the doctor. That's what happened. All right, guys, I got to get to some hockey. I'll talk to you later.
All right, brother.
All right. That's it. That was the great Jesse from Joe Cronin Show. Folks, Graham's got his own channel, too. Graham, make sure you write something in chat so people can sub you as well. He does some really funny stuff. MCW, over-the-top stuff. I love Mr. Graham. He's funny. He's also learning hockey from me. He's learning hockey from me. He's an African-American gentleman that doesn't know too much about the game, but found out that his wife is totally into Evander Kane. And that's what I do here. I help minorities. Yeah. Patrick Gwynn from South Jersey. Hey, what's happening? Hello? Patrick, are we going back to the old days where your phone doesn't work? Patrick Glynn, call me back. I'll let you call me back. But it didn't go through. 718-395-7660, taking all your goofy calls. In the circus of Shot from the Point. So, Kane's back. He wasn't hurt as bad as he thought he was. Or, he's not going to play in the first round. They're just trying to freak out the competition. Which is a pretty good chance they're doing that. A lot of gamesmanship going into these playoffs. I remember the Colorado Avalanche were playing the Florida Panthers in the Stanley Cup Final. I think it was in 1997, 2000. I forget. 96? What they did was somebody sent a note to John Van Facebook. You're not allowed to put pink tape on your stick. And he's like, oh, shit, that's my good lucky tape. And turned out it was somebody from the Colorado organization, not the NHL. And he was allowed to have the stupid pink tape or whatever the hell it was he has on his stick. Freaked him out. I think the Florida lost in 5. If they didn't get swept. It was almost fucking 20 years ago. Give me a break. They swept out of the building. Blackhawks going up against the Thrashers. I think that's a possible sweep scenario for the Hawks. A sweep scenario. I'll be letting you know my votes. 5-0-3.
Hello.
You're on the air. What's happening? What up?
Hi.
Hey, what's going on? What's on your mind, man?
Because I live down the street from you.
Yeah.
And your daughter come to my house today and she kicked my dog.
You kicked your dog? My daughter didn't kick no dog.
This is Satpal.
Yeah, this is Karpal. I kick your
Satpal?
dog. I kill you. Oh, wait. No, I'm sorry. That joke's from fucking for a long time ago, dude. You kicked my dog. You can't do fucking prank shows on a comedy show. Doesn't work. But I do like it. All right, let's see if we get Pat back on here. I do like talking to Mr. Pat. Big hockey fan, and apparently in a wind tunnel outside of Philadelphia, another one of Patrick Wynn, South Jersey.
Can you hear me now?
How about now? Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I had to reboot my computer and start my Skype all over again. And
Boy, that thing reboots fast. You must have a nice new computer.
No, I had to reboot it. Like it crashed and had to get everything backed up again.
Well, that was quick.
No, this happened yesterday, but apparently I didn't change the microphone settings on the Skype.
No, what's happening? What's on your mind going into the Stanley Cup playoffs, Mr. Pat?
All right, any of the teams in the first round you think will go 7?
Let me see. Yes, Anaheim, Winnipeg.
You think Anaheim and Winnipeg will go 7?
I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them go 7, and we see a lot of overtimes. I think it's going to be 6 sick overtimes like we saw in 2013 and 12. A lot of overtimes this year. Wouldn't be shocked if the Blues, Minnesota went this. I'm losing kind of faith in the Blues.
I'll let Jeff Huffman hear you say that.
Yeah. Well, I'd say it to his face. I think he agrees with me, actually. He's very disappointed with the way they play. They've gotten it together towards the end, but let's face it. The Blues' most famous Stanley Cup moment was Bobby Orr jumping over a goddamn net after he won the Stanley Cup. That's the greatest Blues moment in hockey history. They choke. When they have good teams, they choke. That's a good hockey town.
Yeah, it is. At least this year we won't have a San Jose choke like we do every year.
You never know. I like those. They're funny.
What, the San Jose chokes?
Yeah, it's funny. But I think you can see that. I can see the Ducks doing something like that. I don't see the Jets going much past the second round. I think that would be an excellent season for them if they somehow snuck into the second round. But yeah, I could see that. I think that's going to take a lot out of them and maybe end their Stanley Cup, because I do believe, although I know the Jets did it last year, excuse me, I do believe the more games you play early on, the lessening of your chance to win the Stanley Cup. I do believe that. You gotta wax it up 4 or 5 games first round, especially if you're a top team like the New York Rangers. They gotta wax the Penguins. Penguins getting
like I told you yesterday, I feel you guys will win. You guys will win in 5.
I probably am going to bet on the Rangers as far as the NHL game, the shot from the point game we do every year. By the way, you're more than welcome to play, but you got to send me that email.
If I got to get your email address,
check out the video. I made the video. It's like 3 videos ago, and just click on it. It's called The Game. Just go to uploads on the main page. It'll explain the rules to you.
Pink puck, is that like the little things you find in a urinal at the airport?
You know what they do over here? They all the urinals have like little soccer balls, and if you pee on them, they kind of bounce in and out of the net. And
really?
Yeah. And I was talking to a waitress over here, and I said, yeah, that's pretty ridiculous with those soccer balls. She goes, you kidding me? They're great. No, all the guys don't go over there and piss all over the floors because they're too busy pissing on the soccer ball to try to put it in the net while they're taking a leak.
Genius. I mean, if
it
maybe
works.
Over here in America, if they put footballs in the urinals.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing.
Floor.
And you piss in the football and you put it through the uprights. It's the same thing. And you know what the guys are like? You know, because guys are totally one-track creatures. And they're like, you know, if they're not looking at something, they're pissing on themselves or on the floor, whipping their dick around. But if there's a game to be played, they're knocking that football in the uprights. They're knocking.
You're talking about sexism in video games. You know what Call of Duty wound up doing?
What do they do?
Just got the new one, Advanced Warfare. I know it's been out for a while.
Yeah.
Is that because a lot of girls play online?
Yeah, it's true.
They wound up, you can make a female character instead of just a male character, a generic male character. So I think that's kind of cool.
That's fine. I have no problem with that. But
don't you do that in NHL 15?
Yes, I think you can do that in NHL 15 as well. Look, these people, they're not, like I said, they're not trying to help women. I don't believe that for a minute. They're trying to tell people what to do. NHL 15 is not sexist. And even if it was, it's freedom of speech. They can make what they want, you know? So I don't really think it's about that, because you can always, if you look hard enough, you can find a rapist and a sexist and a homophobe and a racist and a anti-Catholic or anti-Semite behind every tree. All you got to do is look hard enough, and all you got to do is make innuendo and not have fun. That seems to be the new feminist thing I'm seeing all over the place. Pick something that everybody likes and make it not fun. Everybody likes NHL 2015. And, look, everybody's having a good time. both men and women. Let's make it not fun.
I love NHL 15. I
It's
think
the
it's a
best.
great game. I mean, though it trolls you sometimes.
Well, I hope to have a video game section in where I go on and I yell at other players on the channel one day.
If it's all right with you, I'll probably video chat with you tomorrow. I found my original copy of NHLPA Hockey, the first game on the Sega Genesis.
No, it wasn't the first game. NHL Hockey was the first game. That was the second one.
That's what I meant. NHL
the second
Hockey.
game. And it's actually a little better than the first one. I like that one better than 94, personally. But 94, you could play a whole season. That was the cool part.
Well, so you could do a 95, but you could create your own guy in 95.
Was it 95? Oh, that's right. 95 you could play. I don't know. I like 93 better. I always thought that was cooler. Because the fights were cooler. You know?
Yeah.
All you had to do was back up, but it's not like there was like constant fighting. It was like
back up and punch.
Yeah, back up and punch. And then if you like, if the thing was cool about it,
but then 95, you could check the guys into the boards and into the bench.
Yeah, you could do that, I suppose. But I don't know. If it's in the game, it looks weak. I don't know. If it's in the game.
It's in the game.
It's in
All
the
right,
game.
let me let it go so you can get the more callers.
All right, let's see if I can. See if anybody wants to
All
call.
right.
I've been on around already. All the prank calls I've been getting. Take care. Thank you, Pat. Pat from South Jersey. Great caller. 718-395-7660. 718-395-7660. Want to talk some hockey? If not, we'll call in tonight. We'll call in tonight. Hey, I didn't upload it because I didn't catch it in time. But did anybody see the Connor? I wanted to say Connor McJesus. This guy O'Connor. He literally dropped the ball. Frozen 4, BC versus Providence, and he dropped it in his own net late in the third, and that was it. Providence, Jack Eichel eliminated. BU eliminated. Boy, rough hockey year up there in Massachusetts. I think that was in the Garden too, the Boston Garden. I mean the TD Garden, yeah. BU and the Boston Bruins. BU loses spectacularly. It's spectacular. In a spectacular fashion. On the command of the language I have. In a spectacular fashion. And then the Bruins don't blow it at the end. By the way, Roy from Florida says he is not going to be with us the rest of the year. Which, I got to be honest with you, kind of bothers me a little bit. I wish he'd hang around. But I understand. I understand that he's hurt right now. And, you know, he doesn't make any bones about the fact he doesn't make any bones about the fact that he's just pretty much a Bruins fan. It's Bruins or die. But sorry they didn't make it, bud. Sorry we're not going to hear from you. But we'll see you next season. I got some tape of him, Roy, when he found out the Bruins didn't make it. I got it right here.
I've been crying all morning.
That's right. Matt Kazar wasn't crying all morning, was he? That's right. We want Roy. I want more French callers. Jean-Sebastien Delume. Call in, brother. You're born and raised in Ottawa. I want more Frenchies. I like Frenchy callers. Makes me feel diverse. Luke says, fuck Boston. Have I friended you yet? Hey, if you sub me, then what I do is I hit you back on Google Plus, because I'll friend anybody on Google Plus. Google Plus is fun for me. I like to see what you all post. No, I do follow him. Ah, that's great. That's great. Knucklehead. I will add you back on Google Plus for anybody. For anybody. Ah, got a call. We'll take it. And it looks like 613 here on the air.
Yeah, hey, Tommy.
Who's this? Frank?
No, Fred guy, JS.
You're very muffled. I'm having trouble understanding.
Yeah, bad reception.
It's bad reception? Who is this?
John Sebastian.
Oh, John Sebastian. Oh, hey, buddy, where are you? You said you were racing Ottawa your whole life?
Yep, Ottawa my whole life.
Congratulations.
We're going to win in 6.
Congratulations to your Senators. What wonderful, wonderful heart. They're really inspiring. I hope you guys run deep, except against my team. Oh, wait a minute. You got my
lose to the Rangers anyways in the conference final.
How do you feel about them, John? Going forward, you think the run's over, or do you think there's still some damage they can do? Sense
they can do some damage. We had in the past 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Ottawa had a good record against Montreal. Carey Price has around 900 goals against.
Mm-hmm.
And with Hammond and Ned, he's a solid number 2, not one yet. But with the pieces with Mark Stone, because of Benadryl, Kyle Turris, Huffman, Carlson can go far.
You know, that's a really good point. And I really was a little bit confused why Frenchie Ben was not very comfortable being a big Habs fan that he is playing you guys. Now, he obviously watches more games in that area that you guys tend to handle the Montreal Canadiens, and not to mention the fact this whole run got started really on a defeat to the Montreal Canadiens. And you had a bit of a lucky second half of the schedule, but you did take advantage of it. And then when you did start to slow down, you kept moving forward. I think the rain, and it just says a lot about the team. But you know what? Here's the best part. If they get eliminated the first round, you got nothing to hold your head down about. Nothing. From here on in, for you as an Ottawa Senators fan, it's just fun. From here on in, that's the way I would look at it. It's just fun, and who knows? And I hope you guys take out the damn Habs. I would celebrate. Would everybody be partying over there in the streets of Ottawa, you think?
They were partying on Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, on Saturday afternoon, the whole city.
Really?
All the bars were full. Everybody was drinking.
So do you live downtown area? So could you get in on all that action?
No, it'll take 20 minutes, but I'll be downtown for all the games.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I hope you have a really big party, except at my team's expense. That's what I wish. But I do have a lot of respect for you guys. Hey, tell Mika Zibanejad to cool it out, all right? Stop sitting in my goalie. Who's he thinks he is? Chris Kreider? What's wrong with that guy? You know, he's a big fan favorite on this show. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's super well liked. Mika Zibanejad. Now that was my point for a cue, but of course I screwed it up. Mika Zibanejad. There he is. Well, I give you 3 Mika Zibanejads of good luck. Here we go. Mika Zibanejad. Yeah. Well, 2. Where's the other one? Hold on. Mika Zibanejad. Mika Zibanejad. 3. Hal, I'll give you 4. Mika Zibanejad. 4 because that's what you need to get past the Montreal Canadiens. So good luck, Jean-Sébastien Delhomme. Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. My French is good, huh?
Yeah, really good.
Well, how do you say goodbye? Au revoir, monsieur.
Au revoir.
Choose, brother. Take care. I said choose.
I'll tell you later.
All right, take care, man. Jean-Sébastien Delhomme. I love the fact that we got people all over the world. That is a big thrill for me. Sociopathic stuff aside, I do appreciate you guys calling in and saying that. 718-395-7660, 718-395-7660. Taking your calls. I don't know if we're going live tomorrow, but you'll see a show pop up. And to kind of differentiate the shows, I'll definitely put the In the Crease logo on the In the Creases and the lives and the lives. Also, I plan to, and I was going to do more news updates where I maybe try to cut a 2-minute video on what happened and give you a quick opinion, and then I'll plug my stupid show. Might see more of that. Definitely doing a lot during the summer when there's not any games. I'll do Shot from the Point news updates. It'll be opening. Hi, I'm Tommy Siege. I'm the boy. So-and-so got traded. Intro. And then I'll tell you what happened, and I'll give you my lame-ass opinion with my ridiculous East Coast accent. That's really going to do it. Oh, Greg Wyshynski's going to be happy. Referee Tim Peel did not make the playoff referee cut this year. Aww. I don't know if he's all that bad a referee. Man, apparently the NHL thinks so too. But I actually, Wyshynski started making me feel bad for this guy. I think he kind of got ripped off. But he did have some bad calls this year, there's no doubt. But I think, Wyshynski's got a hard on for him. And then he tried to approach Wyshynski and say, hey, look, I think you're being a little hard on me. Treat him like a man. They had a drink together. And the NHL suspended him for it. And then Wyshynski laughed about it and put another article. Ha, ha, ha. Tim Peel. Don't talk to Greg Wyshynski. Don't be Harrison Mooney and do the ice bucket challenge. He'll fire you. It doesn't pay to be Greg Wyshynski's friend. It doesn't pay at all. At all. At all. I think we've had it. We're not getting any more calls. Hope you guys all enjoyed the show. Dead on Dave will be returning tomorrow and probably the rest of the week. Of course, we got Shot from the Point live, 3 p.m. Sunday. and all that good stuff. And I did pronounce it correctly, right, Frenchie Ben? Yeah. I don't know, like German's hard. I don't have pronunciation problems in Italian and German. German's a little harder, but in Italian and French, for some reason, that pronunciation, like if you read it to me, I can say it back correctly with a slight accent. German's a little harder than me. I do speak with an American accent when I speak German, but I read correctly, I'm told. So I'm kind of into other languages and things of that nature. They're trying to get Jason to call in, so I keep it going. You know what, guys? It's okay. You know, we had a nice open chat, and it's time to go. You know, I'm married. You know, I got to go tell my wife about this really hot chick I met online. You know, that's it. All right, everybody. I think it's time to say goodbye. Thank you, Frenchie Ben. Thank you, Dead on Dave, who wasn't here. Thanks to Classy J for calling in all those wonderful, what do you call it? All those wonderful posts he put up. He stays in and goes in the chat. I really love when you guys are in chat. It gives me a big heart on. Sorry I can't type while I'm doing this. Little Estito, of course, from the New York area, sending me that picture of old Mika Zibanejad, which really, really was funny. Mika Zibanejad. That was really my favorite thing. One of my favorite things that happened this year. Zibanejad falls on Hank, and Little Estito takes a picture of him right there in the garden in the box, and he writes me back, tweets me back. He goes, Mika's a bit of jad. Mika's a bit of jad. You want to know where that sound clip comes from? I highly suggest you watch our half an hour. There's a live version and there's a half an hour version. Our half an hour version of, I don't know, what was it called? The Yahoo Dorks Play Sports, right here on Shot from the Point channel. It's a pretty good laugh, with one really big typo, if I remember correctly. Who else do I got to thank? Of course, yeah, Frenchie Ben, Jean-Chapassin de Lune. Yeah. My wife speaks fluent French, you know? Yeah. She's got to do that for work. Got to do that for work over here in Germany. Little Estito, Dr. Deke, Deb, who I didn't see tonight, Jesse J, Graham Hull, all you bastards that call in and say really nice things and get what we're doing. Because I don't mean to be a jerk off, but this is really about, all right, I'll admit it, it's about you as much as me. Anybody can go out get hockey information, but I don't know if anybody could be a community quite like us. And all I gotta say to every one of you is, get out of my crease! I said Patrick Wade. I did. Didn't I say it? Yeah.